And look, we all know that people and young couples with children, it's a very tough cross to bear when they find out that their child has a problem, and it certainly places strain on them, because they want the best for their child, or maybe their children in some cases. And Kerry is no different. We have our share of families with autism, and you see, they're looking for assessments and they're looking for placements, and they see they're worried, and they're very worried that their child is being neglected. And I suppose the first thing is we should try to determine, as government, I've asked this before, what is causing the increasing levels of autism in children. It seems to be an ever-increasing problem. The numbers seem to be increasing, and indeed they're saying 1 in every 65 children presents with autism. I feel it's much more from the level of representations my office is getting on a daily basis about problems. And they're saying that there's over 4,000 children on waiting list for autism assessment. That's dreadful, Minister. You know, and look, I'm not blaming anyone in particular. The problem has been there in past governments, but the problem is increasing now, and we have to deal with it. It's truly shocking to say in 2022 that children with disabilities are not being seen after properly. The current waiting time for autism assessment is 2 to 3 years. You know, a lot of parents are worried that is too late in for their child to be, you know, assessed and get the interventions that they need. And you know, when you say 1 in 65, that surely says that there should be a special needs teacher in more schools where there's a 1 or 2 teacher school. Many families have to go down the route of private assessment, and we know how much stress that families are under with everything, with the cost of everything today, the cost of living and the cost of fuel and everything going to work. But it often means that they have to pay anything from 900 to 950 to 1,500 for a private assessment. It's safe to say that parents who can afford the private assessment have access to services sooner, and therefore obtain better outcomes for their children. But what about the poor parents that don't have the 950 or the 1,500 euros? They feel that their child is being denied the right for you know, to get fair play. And we need to see a sea change, and I welcome this bill here and this debate this morning. We need to see a sea change in how autism services are delivered, and we need to see tangible results. And again, I say to Minister, we have our share of it in Kerry. There is an enormous amount of parents presenting with problems with children who they feel have autism, and the first thing they are getting the assessments, and it's taking 2 to 3 years. I'm asking you, please, and I know you're listening, and I appreciate that. It's horrible to stand up here when we have a couple of minutes and the Minister isn't listening, but I can see that you're listening, and I appreciate that, and I hope that you'll take all of our, we'll say, words to the Cabinet table and make sure that something positive comes out of this debate here this morning. That's what we're asking you, Minister, and we're depending on you. It's your time, you're the Minister that's dealing with children, so yourself and Mary Butler, and we appreciate that. And look, I'm asking again to please do something for those children, because it's their time as well, and they only get one cut at it, and we need to help them at the earliest possible stages in their development and ensure that they get the assistance that they require from the state and from their education programme. Thank you very much, Minister.